Hey race fans, it's race day, top 5 with me, Frank 5. I'm just still trying to process what I just experienced. Oh my goodness gracious. A chaotic end to what seemed to be a fairly calm race at the Monster Mile. But you never know when Miles the Monster is going to reach out and grab you like that. It's the month of Halloween, so basically he's the monster in all this, trying to spoil your treats. He didn't spoil one driver's treat, though. It's always the guy that ends up number 1. And today, it came at the right time to punch his ticket to the round of 8. Number 1, Chase Elliott. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Redemption. Redemption, redemption, redemption for Chase Elliott. The one that got away a year ago when we couldn't get by Ryan Newman and got passed by Kyle Busch in the last lap. Redemption for Chase Elliott as he picks up his second career win today at Dover National Speedway, capturing the Gander Outdoors 400 ahead of Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Eric Jones, and Kurt Busch, the top 5. He has punched his ticket to the round of 8. Guess what that means? We don't have to worry about Talladega next weekend. I couldn't be happier. I'm going to basically describe, Chase's day. I felt coming into this race that he was going to have a really solid run and compete for the win because this is honestly one of his best tracks. And, this race a year ago, like I mentioned, he had the chance to win and it got away from him. He was fast all weekend. I felt like, we had a shot at a nice run and we finished 5th at the end of stage 1. Then our race kind of went downhill. During pit stops after stage 1, we got caught for an uncontrolled tire because it touched the white line, meaning it's uncontrolled tire out of the pit box, so I had to restart in the rear and get by some of the slower cars. We eventually got into the top 10 at the end of stage 2, finishing 932 playoff stage points. And then the second, final stage, we basically just kind of cruising around the top 10. Then we had a caution with about 60 to go for debris, and then we jumped into the top 5 and passed Brad towards the end where it felt like third place is going to be a solid day, despite, at that time we were actually below the cut line because there were guys below us in points that were leading. I'll get to that in a moment. And then some crazy crap happened towards the end with the 14 hitting the wall. We decided to stay out for that during that caution, knowing that we got, pretty much enough tires that we can go to the end and we can, hold off those other guys. And then we had another caution for a wreck behind us, which I'll get to that as well. But then we held off Denny Hamlin on that last restart, just nailed it perfectly, and we were able to drive away and punch our ticket to the round of 8. And I couldn't be happier. Chase Elliott's mentor, Rick Hendrick, and Jeff Gordon were there. So it's just a great day for all Chase Elliott fans. Relax, everybody. We don't have to deal with Talladega. Number 2, Kevin Harvick had the dominant car. No one could touch him. It was like the spring car. The one he dominated in the spring. Nobody could touch him on both stages. Well, during the green flag pit stops at stage 3, it all went downhill for Kevin Harvick. He, after his pit stop, apparently did not get that rear tire, that less lug nut on the rear tire, the left rear tire, and broke a valve stem, and he had to come back in, fell a lap down. Then he got the free pass and went through a lot of stuff at the end. Dodged that big wreck on the first green white checker attempt and was able to finish 6th. So, Harvick fans, you're still 60-plus points, but you're probably going, what could have been? If that hadn't happened, Kevin Harvick probably would have won this race. And maybe it wouldn't have been Chase Elliott. I mean, I feel consolation for the Harvick fans because no one was going to touch him. This was like 2014 where he had dominant car and didn't steal the deal. But it's how it goes. It's racing. You just got to move on and just go win another one. That's all you can do. Number 3, Eric Almirola. Goodness gracious, it seems like this guy, when he's got a chance to win, something always just happens to him, and it's not even his fault. I mean, Daytona 500, last lap leading, gets tapped by Austin Dillon, not intentional. Chicagoland had perhaps the best car. 2 loose wheels cost him. Loudon had the best car. Looked like he was going to win, cruise away with the victory, and then Clint Bowyer had a problem, and it cost him the win, and he finished 3rd. And in this race today, it looked like Elmo was going to run away with it. And again, Clint Bowyer, not his fault, blew a tire after having a broken rear track bar. Hits the wall and costs Almirola. He has to come in and pit with other people. And on that restart, he got into the wall and knocked into the 2 of Keselowski, and they both hit the wall. Almirola finished top 15, but still, those guys, Almirola fans are going, what could have been? What if that Bowyer caution hadn't happened? He would have won it, even with Kurt Busch bearing down on his rear end. So we'll never know. We'll never know. But unfortunately, because of that, Almirola is below the cut line. So gonna have to win next week or Kansas, or else there's no round of 8 for Almirola fans. But I feel heartbroken for Almirola, despite obviously Chase winning. I do feel consolation for all the Almirola fans out there. Number 4, the chaos at the end. Let's debate it. Let's talk about that. Obviously, I talked about Bowyer, and then the restarts. The first green, white, checkered attempt. The 10, with 4 fresh tires, goes by the 2 car of Keselowski, tries to go by him, hits the wall off of turn 2 and knocks it into the 2, collecting both of them, but also taking out Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Alex Bowman. Out of those 4 drivers, 4 of those 5 drivers finished. Bowman was the one that didn't, despite having a lot of ups and downs for most of the day until he got up towards the top 10 at the end of the event. That last wreck hurt a lot of people. I mean, Blaney still above the cut line, but all that stuff at the end hurts Boyer and Almirola and Bowman. Bowman's in a big hole. He's 34 points. He's going to have to win. There's no way in these next 2 races he's going to earn enough points to basically point his way into the next round. Sorry, he's going to have to win. So that's how it goes. And number 5, Jimmie Johnson. This is a season to forget already. Before we even got this race started today, a guy who comes in with 11 wins going for 12. Oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. Something in the right front hub breaks on the pace laps, and he's got to go to the garage and miss the start of the race. He did eventually get back in the race, but was never a factor at all. This is a season to forget for Jimmie Johnson fans. This is a Dover year to forget for Jimmie Johnson fans. Never won at Dover this year. Unbelievable. I don't know what else to do about Jimmie Johnson. I don't know what else those fans are going to do. Just stay strong, believe in him. Jimmie Johnson's a great driver. He can still win races. I just don't think it's going to happen this year. Gonna have to wait till next year. So, through all the chaos, we've got another chaotic race coming up. Talladega. And only one driver, Chase Elliott, is in to the round of 8. Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Martin Truex Jr. points-wise, they look good. Logano and Keselowski come in with a lot of momentum and a lot of potential. Kurt Busch has got a good points cushion. Now, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, gotta be desperate. Everybody's gonna be desperate next week at Talladega. The big one's gonna happen. The 9 car is the only one that basically has no worries. Neither do the big 3. And probably neither do the Penske guys. But everybody else, they've got some nerves. So what's going to happen next week? Will the big one affect the guys below the cut line or above the cut line? How will Chase Elliott race next week knowing that he's locked in? And how will other drivers like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. or Jamie McMurray, Jimmie Johnson, William Byron, or Paul Menard, Suarez, Newman, Bubba Wallace, how will those guys affect the playoff drivers? How will they race them? Well, time will tell, and we're going to find out next week at the world's fastest super speedway. So subscribe, like, Chase Elliott fans, party all night. We deserved it. We did it. We're going to the round of 8. And for everybody else, have a nice week, and I'll see you next week for Talladega. Emily's one thing we were prepared for. Shake and bake. That just happened. See you next week.